Welcome back, everybody, to another video of Yamkela Manya Speaks Football. Yeah, Yamkela Manya Speaks Football. Today we'll be looking at the preview of Mamelodi Sundowns versus Magesi. I think the game will be played at Loftus. There are the pitches. It is what it is, but we have to do what we have. Because, yeah, the pitch is bad. Like the last time I saw it, I think it was a game of Blue Bulls. I can't remember who they were playing against, and the pitch was dead. Because if you remember, the Loftus Festival Stadium held an event of the Scorpion Kings, and I think somehow the pitch was not covered. But some people say the pitch was covered, because if you look at it, it's the same issue with the Polokwane Stadium before the Bafana came, where I think one of music artists, I think it was Magesi, she held an event there, and the pitch was after the event, the pitch was finished, and apparently the pitch was covered. I don't know who's covering these pitches. He or she is basically not doing a good job, because you'll find that after the event, the pitch is as if it was not covered. So even with this, the Scorpion Kings claim that the pitch was covered, but if you look at how the pitch looks, it seems like it was not covered. Yeah, but before we start on that, I would like to look at the issue about Cardoso, the player that we will be signing from Brazil. He's currently in Brazil. He's loaned from Portugal, and he is a Brazilian number 10. Apparently, a 30 million offer was rejected by his club in Portugal. I don't know. Maybe they're looking for more, but when it's Mamelodi Sundowns, we are expected to let the player go. It doesn't matter the amount of money that we have been offered. So apparently, his club has rejected the 30 million. I don't know. Maybe Sundowns should look for another number 10. For me, the best player I would love for us to go for is Aziziki from Wydad. But it seems like our sporting director, Mr. Flemberg, is not particularly a big fan of African players. He likes them from Brazil. He likes our South American players, because we just had an issue now with Ribeiro, and yet we're still going for another Brazilian. I'm not saying all Brazilians are bad, but judging from what had happened with Ribeiro, I wouldn't be looking at another Brazilian. I'll be probably looking at Aziziki, or you look at someone from Young Africans. Magesi, I think his name is Magesi, I'm not sure. He's also a good player, but we are looking at this Brazilian Cardoso, and having the same surname as Michael Cardoso. I think he's going to play him every game. I think it's Leonardo Cardoso. I think that's his name. I'm not sure. So it seems like we have not managed to pursue his club to give us him at 30 million. Yeah, and also I think the issue with the Ribeiro, I think Mamelodi Sundowns, as said on the previous video which I uploaded yesterday, that Mamelodi Sundowns looking to go to FIFA tribunal, and also its councillors have advised them to go to the FIFA tribunal. And as we all know, the ITC does not mean a clearance certificate, because as in the football world, there are contracts which need to be fulfilled, and Ribeiro did not fulfill his end of the contract. So I think Mamelodi Sundowns has a case, and Ribeiro, he will be, at the end of the day, I think there will be a huge compensation that he will have to pay at Mamelodi Sundowns. Yes, we might not know the full story behind it, but I think you cannot just pack and leave when you decide to, as a player, because as a player, I think you have signed a contract, and it's your right that the team pays you the amount of money which you need to be paid. So as the team also has to expect you to, that's the word I was looking for, expect. As a player, you expect Mamelodi Sundowns, if you sign for Mamelodi, to pay you at the end of each month as you are a player for them. And also the team expects you as a player to show up whenever there is a game and whenever they need you. Yeah, so I don't know what's going to happen with that, but as far as I know, I think Mamelodi Sundowns is a watertight case. And then I think that's it. There's not much to say. And also, I've just watched Orlando Pirates pick up another trophy. Yeah, I know MTN 8 is not a big trophy. Apparently, they're not winning. They're winning. They have not won the cup yet, because it's still 1-0, and it's as I'm uploading this video, it's extra time. I hope Stellenbosch equalize. I wouldn't want the noise of Orlando Pirates for the next coming week. And then so we go to the starting 11. I think Williams will start as goal. Okay, first and foremost, I think we're going to play a 4-3-3 with a double 8, and we all know Magesi is going to be playing a defensive low block, like they did on the previous game which we played against them. So I would expect us to go guns blazing, but I would expect us to be cautious, because if you remember what they did, they were playing a low block, but they had those moments where they will hit us on a counter. So I'll expect us to have someone which will sit deep. I'll talk more of that when I reveal my starting 11. So when you look at that, and I'll expect us to have a number 10. I know Zwane is not gonna start, but I know he's back from injury. I'll expect him also to be on the bench. Him and the like of Mutau. I don't think Mutau is also going to start. But even though there are not injuries that I know of that has been reported by Mikel Cardoso, so I think the entire team is going to be available for selection tomorrow. So I expect us to play our best starting 11. So as I'm talking about the starting 11, here's my starting 11. At goalkeeper, I expect us to play Williams. I expect us to play a 4-3-3. I expect us the defense to the 4 and 5. I expect it to be Kibedu and Koza to continue with what we started against Stellenbosch. I expect our right back to change from Umurena to Zukom to Nyelo. As I noted that, I think Mutau is going to be on the bench. And then on the left back, I expect Motiba to start. And then, he's back from Bafana Bafana. He didn't play the last game for Bafana Bafana. So I feel like he's fully fit and fresh, so he can start the game. But you might see Ulunga. We might also see Pasatin. You never know whether Cardoso, and especially Pasatin, didn't go for the Bafana camp. So he's fresh. He's been there. He knows the ideas of Mikel Cardoso. He's been training with the team for 2 weeks. So I would expect Mikel Cardoso to start Pasatin. But I think he will start Motiba. I am not sure, but we will see tomorrow. And then on the midfield, as noted, we will play a 4-3-3. And the midfield, I'll expect a double eight of Mukwena and Ayanda. We know Ayanda is ever present. It doesn't matter if he's tired, not tired. But I think with 2 weeks freshness, he relaxed for 2 weeks. Didn't go for international break, as we know he doesn't get picked for Chile. So I expect him to start with Mukwena, and I'll expect him to start Opas as that CDM. Because after watching Opas and Mukwena in the international break, I feel like they can play together. I feel like they are a good team together. So I do not expect Opas to start on the bench. I expect him to start the game tomorrow. And he also started against Stellenbosch. So I would expect Mikel Cardoso to continue with that starting 11 with that pair of Opas and Mukwena in midfield and Ayanda on the other side of the double eights. And then, knowing that Magesi is going to play a low block, I know that Silas is going to start at the right wing, but I expect him to invent sometimes and come and play as the number 10 to try and break the low block with those skillful passes of his. So I expect this guy Silas to play 2 positions. I expect to play him sometimes at the 10 and sometimes to drift out wide and play as a right wing. And then on the left, the ever-present son of Mikel Cardoso, Tashreq Matthews, will start on the left wing. I expect he's pacey, he's skillful. I expect him to have a better game tomorrow. He might even surprise many of us and become the man of the match. I would also expect him to sometimes drift inside and play the number 10, because as we all know, he is a skillful player. He can spot a run, he can spot a good pass. So I'd expect him to come inside and play that role. Him and Silas interchanging that position. Sometimes Tashreq Matthews will come in, sometimes Silas will come in, sometimes they'll both play out wide. And I expect our striker to be Graham Reynolds. I know many of us would like to see Shalulile. I personally also would like to see Shalulile play, but I think our coach will go in with Reynolds. Look, Reynolds is not a good player when it comes to a low block, but our coach, Mikel Cardoso, it seems like he cannot read these games lovely, because we all know they're going to play a low block. So how do you play a player which depends on his on his pace? Because as we all know, this guy depends on his pace or Reynolds. So Shalulile would have been a better position, better option for us tomorrow. But I know he's not going to be the player which you're going to choose. We're going to start with Ikram Reynolds. So yeah, that's the starting lineup I feel like Cardoso is going to choose tomorrow. The predictions, I don't know the prediction. I don't want to lie. I think the prediction, I'll give us a 3-0 win. A 3-0 win tomorrow. I think we'll win the game 3-0. Who's going to score? Probably Shalulile will come off the bench and score. I think also the likes of Ikram Reynolds. Now I wanted to say Tashreq Matthews. I think Tashreq Matthews will score. Whether we like it or not, I think he will score. Damn it, Orlando Pirates have scored another goal. They are literally winning this thing. They are winning this thing. Oh, wow. What a week of a boring. Yeah, it's going to be a boring week. Orlando Pirates. But Stellenbosch had the game like they could have converted those chances they had in the first and second half, because whether we like it or not, they were able to create many chances, but they just couldn't score those chances. And I don't understand how we were not able to create chances against Orlando Pirates, because as you can see, Stellenbosch has less quality players than we have, but they were able to create chances against Orlando Pirates, but we were not able to create chances against Orlando Pirates. I don't know, but I'll speak more about this game tomorrow after the review of our game against Magesi. Yeah, guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification button to be notified once a new video has been uploaded. Wow.